We have made probably the most changes that we've made in a single transfer window with this Barcelona side. They are shaping into exactly our vision of what this football team should be looking like. I just really started to realise the magnitude of trying to actually catch Real Madrid, who have won the last 13 league titles or something like that. It's going to be tough. Plenty to catch you up on, of course. Lots of transfers, lots of football. Before we get into it, though, make sure you do leave us that like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment what you think of the video, what you think of the transfers, how the squad's shaping up, how long it'll take us to catch Real Madrid, all that. Brilliant, beautiful stuff. Let's get into it. The only significant departure is Ibrahim Adel, and it's a bit of deja vu. With Manchester City, he did actually play a couple of games for us before departing for Barcelona. But then for Barcelona, now that we're here, if we look at his history, it's literally the same thing. Like, so this was our first season at Manchester City. He was here at 28-29. He played 3 games, sold him. Then our first season here at Barcelona, 3 games, and we've sold him this time to Liverpool. Less money than we bought him for, but 3 seasons later, and he's 30 years old now. So obviously we needed to replace him. I've been looking younger. I've been looking to try and develop the squad into a new, younger generation of talents coming through. And really, I just wanted to get involved in the regens. Of course, there's plenty around. Obviously, we've had Raphael. We've had, when we were at, previously at Napoli, we've had, Cyril de Heist was our great right back. We had Charlotte last season at Leipzig. They're around. I'm trying to find some really good ones. I think I have done. Of course, so with the 6 players coming in, we're going to go through each and every one of them. There is 2 goalkeepers, some forwards and a left back, and let's go through all of them, then check on our squad plan and see how, the squad depth shows up and the quality and all that sort of stuff. Starting with our goalkeeper, who, look, he's not brilliant. I'll admit he's not quite there. He's only 22 years old. He is on a contract saying he's the backup, but he is our number 1. He's a perfectionist, which I really like. He's pretty good. I mean, he likes to punch. I don't know. Look, it said he had decent potential. That feels like less than what it told me. I don't know. We'll just hope that he does a decent job for it. Look, to get a top-class goalkeeper, I needed to spend way too much money. And with how much I planned or wanted to do with the squad, I needed to somewhat save a little bit of money on some of the deals. So, like, the left back isn't the greatest left back. The goalkeeper isn't the greatest goalkeeper yet. But in a few years, like, the things like handling, kicking, one-on-ones, like, they're good. They're just, like, a couple away from being great. You know what I mean? Like, he's got growing to do. Passing and things are good. I don't know. We then come to Jean-Francesc Rafus. I'm just going to say Rafus because that's what I want to say. I don't know why everything's going down. That's kind of scary. He's been playing for us. He's been scoring for us. He's a joint top scorer this season with Wesley. He looks quite good to me as an advanced forward. Paid a bunch of money for him, rather, from Bayern Munich. I guess we probably just had to spend that much money on him coming from Bayern Munich. Really, look, it's about the future with him. He's 21 years old. Hopefully these all turn around. I'm not sure why it's all going down, especially determination being that bad. I don't know why. But hopefully it turns around. He's started off well. He's playing plenty of football. I don't know why it's going down, but again, it's about the future. Next up, in from Porto, we have Guillermo Miranda. He looks absolutely ridiculously good, but he's the one that's not performing well. I mean, he is out right now with a twisted ankle, and he'll be out for another few weeks. He's not featuring today. He hasn't scored yet. You can see down here, he's played 9 games, hasn't scored yet, or assisted. It's not looking great, but like, he looks very, very good, doesn't he? Work rate could do with some work. And other than that, I mean, he does look very good, especially for 22 years old. He'll improve. He is left-footed, so really, like, it's him and Rafus in rotation as a striker, but he can play anywhere across there. I've played him off the left a couple of times. Obviously, he's left-footed, so he's probably better as a winger if he's on the left, but, if he's an inside forward on the right, that'd be good too. We just don't play with that. Anyway, next up, we've got, look, the most exciting one, our backup goalkeeper. He's wanted for loan. Who gives a hoot? He's Croatian, so I'm excited by it. He's just made his international debut. He's unsporting, which is marvelous. He's fine. He's a backup goalkeeper. I'm not looking for any absolute miracles from him. I just want him to be there if old mate Bellantani ever conks out. There's not a whole lot of difference between him, just that he's 22 and has lots of potential. Grounich is 23 and doesn't have lots of potential, but looks almost better. Am I insane? This is driving me a little bit nuts now that I'm looking at it. Bellantani's who we're going with, though. Next up, we have Kevin Monin? I'm going to say Monin. Monin? Man, I don't know. He's worth a lot of money. He's 22 years old. He's quick. He's good at dribbling, all that. He's light-hearted, which is, He's an elite winger. I don't really see how he's that much better than Miranda. Miranda's better mentally, aerially, attacking vision. Monin's got him beat by 1 on each of technical, speed, and physical. But anyway, he's an elite winger. He has started pretty damn well. He's got 2 goals, 3 assists. Fitting in pretty nicely, playing as of course, the way that we play with an inverted winger on the right and inside forward on the left. So he's that inside forward trying to get in behind and join up with Rafis or Miranda up top. He looks pretty good, really. And at 22 years old, as I said, 3 caps, 4 goals for France. Loves that. New generation of, attacking superstars coming through. This is what we've gone with. We did pay a decent amount of money. It was sort of panicked. 52 million we paid for him. Sort of panicked on the last day, just trying to fill out the squad with the positions I thought we needed, and also trying to find the talent that we could afford. Which is why we spent 52 million on him and only about 15 million then on this left back, who, look, so we've got Balde still, who is 27, I think, so he's very good and got a few years left in him. We've then got this guy at 22 who's just decent. Like, he's good tackler, decent marking, good positioning, concentration's all right. For 22, good crossing, just decent really, isn't he? And he's played a couple of times, average rating of 7.75 in all competitions, so could be better, but at the same time, don't really care. He's fine. He's absolutely fine, and I think he will do a decent enough job of being a backup. That's about it. As for how that makes the squad now look, not that one, this one. So still a little bit off, and the midfield needs some sort of attention. Don't really think we have an out-and-out halfback. De Jong's been doing a good job there, but I don't really love it. Pedri and Wesley are our 2 best, but they're both best suited to being Mazzalas, so it's hard because one of them has to slide across here, and then we have these 3 who don't really have a spot. Kadioglu is very, he'll play wherever you want him to, basically, and do a decent job of it, so he's got a decent amount of football played because he can play anywhere. He's played a couple of games at left back before we got Toxbro, which is a great name. Klaus Toxbro, by the way, is a fantastic name. Then, obviously, the left wing looks like it's a scary gap in the squad building, but Pedri can play there, Miranda can play there. I'm not sure if Kulusevski, no. Kudus, maybe, no. Can Kadioglu? Of course he can. He can play bloody anywhere. You stick him anywhere and he will do you a damn job, alright? What a man. Look, work to be done, and you can see that when we look at the Champions League results. Yeah. It's not looking good. We've played 3 games, we're yet to score against Porto, Liverpool and Newcastle, who, we should be possibly competing against. I mean, none of them were getting blown out of the water in. Like a 1-0 49th minute goal, not that bad. And then it took till the 79th minute for Liverpool to get a second, and it was a penalty. So it's like, we're not absolutely getting railed or anything. Newcastle 1-0, Isak scoring. Miranda got injured after about 13 seconds. Champions League isn't the focus anyway. That's what I'll tell myself anyway. We've got, 5 games to save ourselves against Astana. If we still haven't scored yet after versing Astana, I'm going to probably resign and wait for another job to come up, I think, because it's just ridiculous. As for La Liga, what we're here for, it's been much better. We have played 8 games. We've drawn 1 against Sevilla, who also got a draw against Real Madrid, so clearly Sevilla's doing something all right. In 8 games, only conceded 3 goals in the 2 games there against Granada and then Espanyol. The big ones, of course, you guys were here for this 5-0. 2 for Wesley, 2 for Kudus, and 1 for Eric Garcia. 2-0 then over Almeria, Wesley and Ibrahim Adel before Ibrahim Adel buggered off. Vigo, we beat 1-0 thanks to Pedri, 4-2 over Granada, thanks to Kevin Monin and Rafis getting a double each. Kevin Monin, of course, adding a little bit of gloss right at the end of that one. Getafe, we beat 3-0. Rafis, Fabian, Pedri, 1-1 against Sevilla. Wesley getting the goal just before half-time. Then the one against Espanyol, I'm super happy with because it's the derby. You know, we're at this stage, you know, around then, if you look at the Champions League fixtures as well, where are we? Where am I thinking? Yeah, so we've had this Sevilla one, we've lost to Liverpool, and then we're coming against, you know, crosstown rivals, you know, a derby, really. Like a traditional derby, not a competitive derby, a traditional local derby. It's intense, blah, blah, blah. We get a 96th minute winner from our 21-year-old new striker. So we were not at the races. We didn't play that well. We were down 1-0 after 54 minutes. It took till the 86th for Kudus to come off the bench and rescue us what looked like a decent point from behind. And then from a corner in the 96th minute, Rafis gets us a goal and elation, jubilation, just, you know, euphoria in the stands, probably. I don't know, it's a video game. Then 1-0 over, most recently, over Sociedad, thanks to Kulusevski getting the only goal. It was a header from like the edge of the box that the goalkeeper went to like parry over the bar, but sort of whacked in his own net. I don't know. Anyway, that brings us to today's game. I've probably talked for way too long because there was too much to catch you up on. I'm excited. Let's get through to our lineup here away at the Metropolitano against Real Madrid. Real Madrid? Atletico Madrid. I'm getting excited thinking about Real Madrid, who we've got. We've got them on the 4th of January, and then we've got them in our second last match. So if somehow we're doing what we did with Leipzig, this is the same as last year when we had at Leipzig, had Bayern Munich on the second last day. If somehow we're in the race, then I don't know. If you look at the competitions, it's us and Real Madrid, and Atletico are just 2 points behind because they've had one more draw. It's looking like a 3-horse race. It's awesome to see Valencia doing so well. I don't know what they've done to turn everything around here, but it seems to be working. Who's worth money here? Højlund. They've got Højlund and Demir. That's it. That's all they've done. Legends. Anyway, let's head to our lineup. So we're basically going with the team that has performed the best throughout the 10, 11 games that we've played. This is the team of players we have basically, you know, used the most, apart from like Kulusevski when he's been injured, obviously. Kudus has been pretty good as well, just misses out, really. The lineup itself is Bellantani in goals, of course, Wrench on the right, Koundé and Gvardiol in the centre with Balde on the left. Halfback is De Jong. I still don't really love it, but it's the best way to like fit in our 3 best midfielders, which is De Jong as the halfback, Wesley is the advanced playmaker, and Pedri at Mazzala. Maybe those two could swap. I don't really know. Kulusevski's on the right, Monin's on the left, and Rafis is up front. Let's get through to it. The only player missing out, of course, is Miranda, who is injured. And then, you know, we've got some players there who need fitness and all that, and Groundage is yet to play, but let's just get through. Let's just get through to it. I am excited. We played very well. We've been dominant in possession in most games. I think there was only 1 or 2 that we've been not at the races sort of thing. And, you know, we just need to keep it going. I mean, it would be great to compete with Real Madrid all season long. To be doing it after 8 games is decent. Obviously, a long way to go. They're managed by Allegri. Vanderson, I'm sure, is more defensive than he should be a winger. And then you look at our side and you look at our 2 Champions League matches, clearly, with the L's there. And we really are looking at the next generation of stars now with, you know, I mean, if you look at our lineup, as we skip through here, if you look at our lineup, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the starting lineup are regens. So, you know, we're starting to, as I said, look at that next generation and look to the future and see what if we can get someone, a regen to win a Ballon d'Or or something. Here's Pedri on the ball looking for Rafis. Rafis cuts back. looks for Koundé, which is probably smart. Although De Jong just lobbing a ball over his shoulder is less smart. Koundé now to Wesley. Wesley out to Wrench on the right-hand side. Probably a joke there to be made about Wrench and, like, you know, fixing things or unlocking bolts and stuff. I don't know. Here's Wesley looking for someone. I can't remember who. Pedri probably. Didn't find him. Koundé to De Jong, back to Wesley. Wesley, Kulusevski for Rafis. Oh my days! From an absolute mile out. That is nuts. That is sensational. What a start to the game. Didn't see that going in at all. I don't know if you can tell by my delayed reaction, but I did not see that one going in. Koundé here to De Jong to Wesley. You then see that's exactly what I want the inverted winger to be doing. This is the space I want him to be cutting into. I want him not to be looking for the in behind. I want the Kulusevski and Kudus to be in this space where he can find the advance forward, the inside forward, the Mazzala doing whatever the Mazzala wants to do, basically. It does look a little bit cramped at this point, but I don't care. It's worked out like this, with Kulusevski finding Rafis, who bends one from an absolute mile out, top corner. That could be our goal of the season you've just witnessed. That is absolutely stunning. At Atletico Madrid as well. Wow, what a start. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Let's praise them. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. I love that I could have a little breakdown of how our team works in that goal. Oh, that was stunning. Wesley gets a yellow card. That's good to see. Get in there. Get stuck in, mate. What else is there to talk about with this team? Not a whole lot. De Jong is 34 and he's only got a year left on his deal. I'm not sure. Like, surely we have to extend it because we don't really have a backup for him or a, you know, plan for how this midfield should be working other than him. I mean, Wrench probably could do a good job as a halfback. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I don't know. But then again, it comes down to trying to fit in our three best midfielders in, trying to fit in Wesley, Pedri, and De Jong. It just sort of works out that De Jong drops. And I guess with him being 34 and needing to not depend on his physicality as much, maybe having him just sit at the halfback is the best bet for him. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, long season. There's 30 league games to go. So, plenty of football to play, including lots of Champions League that we need to improve on and change things. You can see we've got possession. We're fairly high up, but we're not creating a whole lot, which I guess is probably the plan, really, for Allegri with that 7 at the back, basically. But we're winning, and that's all I care about. It's about to be half-time. We're up 1-0. That's stunning. Only the one highlight, really. That was a very good first half. Let's keep it up. Don't even need to complicate it. Just say that. Get them back out there. Send them on their way. And let's do it again. I mean, you know, probably not. I'm not going to... See, I don't think Rafis is that good in the air that I want to lob our crosses. He's not Raphael yet. I don't know if he ever will be. But, you know, here is another... Oh, that's a beautiful pass from our goalkeeper with his bloody... That was the thing I was most excited by, really, looking at him. like having a goalkeeper that had 11... What was it? 11, 10? Whatever I was passing. Yusufu brings it forward, brings it to Kumbula. Gertrudia playing central midfield. He's swinging it out wide to someone named Holm. He's probably real. Oh, Guile. Oh. They've Guile just rinsed through us there. They just absolutely rinsed straight through. Nobody tracked his run. And our good work's undone. Guile with the ball out the right-hand side, and then watch his run just straight through the middle. I went to point with my finger. His run just straight through the middle, straight beyond Koundé. Probably could have tried marking him, I suppose. That probably would have been my advice if I could have given him any. Let's fire them up, because clearly Atletico's come out in the second half very fired up, and we're not. We're not at the races. Needing to do something. Our shot map is horrendous because we've only had 3 shots and one of them was ridiculous. They've made a couple of changes. Beto being at Atletico feels right. Did that happen in real life? I don't know. Maybe it should. Let's look at who we should change around. Let's go with... I think Stanisic has just come back from an injury. But, nah, let's go with him. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then Wesley's not having a good time out there, so... let's go with Kadioglu, and then Monin is being a bit rubbish. our only other option really there, because old mate's injured, is to put Pedri out there. Let's do it. Let's try it. I don't know. Pedri, I've done this before, and if you look at his roles, it's about even as an inside forward and an inverted winger. Like, I think inverted wingers probably makes more sense for who Pedri is as a person. That was weird. Anyway, yeah, we'll go with that and see how it works out. Oh, whoops, I forgot to pump my fists. Let's see how much of a difference that makes. 64 minutes in, we have done, I was about to swear, we've done not too much. It is 70 minutes in. They've had all of the bloody play. Maybe we do, let's go a bit more direct and let's hit early crosses. I don't want to float them because I don't think that'll work necessarily. But if we just move the ball up the pitch quicker, maybe that'll help us against their low block. I'm probably exaggerating. Frank de Jong is wrecked, so we'll bring on, I think Barrios is who I want there. He's got 13 tackling, he's got 13 marking. Look, he'll do. I don't know. Who bloody cares? Other than that, we don't really have a change I want to make, because the people on the bench are centre-back, a slightly defensive midfielder, left-back, midfielder, right, like centre-back. It's like I can't really change Kulusevski or Pedri or Rafis. I can just like change, I don't know. Let's change Eric Garcia for Gvardiol, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he's going to pick a splitting pass out of defense. Maybe, I don't know. Let's hope, anyway. Let's hope. 75 minutes in. Let's encourage the boys. Free kick for Kudus. Kudus off the bar. Rafis. He scored an absolute blinder from 30-odd yards. And he's just missed a tap in into an empty net. Oh my god. Koundé looks long. Way too long for anyone. They then clear their lines. That was always Patterson winning that. Eric Garcia loses it to Vanderson. Patterson now on it again. Larramendi loses it to Balde. Balde long for Rafis. Chance to run at the defense, which is rare probably. Rafis into the box towards Kulusevski. Header off the bar. Pedri puts it in. Get in there. All right. We'll go back to positive. We will go shorter. We'll stop overlapping. Narrow now. Slower that. Let's not do that. The rest of it, we'll just slow that down. And not counter. Or counter press. Yeah, let's regroup. All right. Anyway, let's watch that goal again, because I'm not going to ever sit here on this channel and say that I am a tactical genius. I'm just going to point out to you the things that make it look like I am. Like moving Pedri to an inverted winger and then he's the one that scores the winning goal. Sure, I mean, the goal to put us ahead in the 80th minute. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. Praise them boys. Praise them boys. We've had the XG. We've had the possession. Clearly much higher up the pitch than they are, I'd say. Like I said, clearly as though it is actually clear. 87 minutes in. All right, let's go to balanced. Now I want a time waste. And look, don't want to play out of defense. I want to be narrow. Pass it into space. In transition, we'll slow it down. Hold our shave. Take long kicks. Out of possession, we'll drop deeper, I guess. Stop getting stuck in. No need to trigger the press. I never know with these ones. I don't know. Well, whatever. We've got a few minutes to go. Or 90th minute. 4 minutes to go. Hopefully getting a beautiful win here away from home at the Metropolitano. And keeping pace with Real Madrid is a great start to the season. We'll see how long we can keep that going. Get in there. What a win. So that is that. We have got the 3 points. As you see here, we're technically on top of the league for right now. Real Madrid just, I think they're playing like immediately after us, so they're probably about to join us up there. And they've got the goal difference at this stage anyway. We're working on it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Next video will be probably somewhere around January, something like that. I don't know. Somewhere in January, hopefully, basically in the same position we are now, pushing them right up the top and hopefully our signings all meshing and working well and moving forward to hopefully long-term challenging Real Madrid. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you do leave us that like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. We've just hit our 180 something. Ow, that hurt. And comment what you think of the video, the signings, why I'm an idiot, why some of the signings are brilliant and I'm not giving them enough credit. I don't know. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, that'll do us. See you next time. Peace.